Tips for fishing in fast-flowing water. Secrets to keep your bait and catch fish in strong currents. Hey there, fishing fanatics. Happy new day, and welcome back to Fishing 24 Hours, your go-to channel for awesome fishing tips, tricks, and stories that make every trip legendary. Today we're tackling a challenge every angler faces at some point. Fishing in fast-flowing water. Ever get frustrated when your bait gets swept away? Your float bobs like crazy? Or you see fish but they won't bite? Don't give up. This video is packed with secrets to keep your bait in place. Read the water like a pro. And use the right gear to hook big fish, no matter how wild the current. We'll dive into finding dead spots where fish hide, using heavier but natural baits, picking the right sinkers, stationary floats, lines, casting smart, hitting peak feeding times, and reading bottom terrain and currents to double your success. We've got 2 real-life stories from U.S. anglers to fire you up, plus practical tips and beginner advice to help you conquer fast water. So, grab a coffee, get comfy, and let's turn raging currents into your big fish playground. Fishing in fast-flowing water like big rivers, flood-season streams, or small rapids is a real test for any angler. Strong currents can sweep your bait away, make your float dance, and spook fish into hiding. But these spots are also where big fish like largemouth bass, catfish, or walleye hang out, drawn by the food rushing by. The trick is keeping your bait where fish are and getting them to bite in tough conditions. With the right techniques, you'll turn fast water into a hot spot where trophy fish are yours for the taking. Fast-flowing water is a harsh environment, but it's also a goldmine. Strong currents carry insects, shrimp, bait fish, and plant debris, creating a conveyor belt of food for big fish. Fish seek out spots in the current where they can rest, but still snatch passing meals. These areas, if you know how to work them, become natural fish magnets. The secret lies in picking the right spot, keeping your bait steady, and understanding how fish behave in fast water. Let's break down how to master fishing in strong currents step by step. Start by finding dead spots where fish take shelter. Dead spots are areas where the current slows or nearly stops, like behind large rocks, river bends, or near banks, with obstacles like logs or grass patches. These spots let fish conserve energy while waiting for food to drift by. To find them, scan the water for gentle swirls, foam buildup, or calm patches amid the flow. These are where fish like bass or catfish lurk, ready to ambush prey. When you hit a river or stream, walk the bank to spot these dead spots. Look for areas where fast water slows, like behind a boulder or at a river bend. Fish shadows, bubbles, or trapped debris signal an active hotspot. In places like Tennessee's Cumberland River, dead spots behind rocks are primed for catfish and bass. Finding the right dead spot is your first step to placing bait right in front of hungry fish. A pro tip for locating dead spots is probing the bottom with a long stick or cheap rod. If you feel rocks, logs, or a deeper pocket amid the current, that's a prime spot. Early mornings or late afternoons, when fish feed actively make dead spots easier to spot with ripples or fish splashes. Sharp observation will lead you to fish magnets most anglers miss. Next, use heavier but natural baits to stay put without drifting away. In fast water, light baits get swept off before fish can bite. Go for baits like night crawlers, chopped shrimp, or chicken liver. They're heavy enough to sink and have a fishy smell to draw big fish. Night crawlers, especially ones left to ripen for a few days, hold tight on the hook and sink fast. Chopped shrimp create a scent cloud in the current, tempting bass or catfish. Chicken liver with its bloody punch is a go-to for big fish in fast water. Prep your bait to withstand the current. Make it compact and hook it securely to avoid washout. If using dough bait, mix in a bit of clay or fish meal to add weight while letting it dissolve slowly, spreading scent. Cast into a dead spot so your bait sits at the edge of the current where fish wait. Use a bottom sinker, around 1/8 to 1/4 ounce depending on the flow, to keep it steady but looking natural, like food caught in the current. A trick to hold your bait is chumming lightly first. Toss a few bits of worm or shrimp into the dead spot. Wait 10 to 15 minutes for the scent to draw fish, then cast your hooked bait there. This creates a feeding zone, making big fish eager to strike. In fast water, heavier but natural baits are your key to keeping bait in place and sparking bites. Picking the right sinkers, stationary floats, and lines is crucial. In strong currents, Bottom sinkers, anchor your bait. Use 1/8 to 1/4 ounce sinker slider in dead spots, heavier and stronger flows. Stationary floats, like long feather floats or LED bobbers, stay steady in choppy water, helping you spot bites. A 6 to 10-pound test line is ideal, thin enough to be invisible, strong enough for bass or catfish. When fishing, set your float so the bait hovers 8 to 16 inches off the bottom in the fish's strike zone. If using a spinning reel, choose one with smooth drag to handle big fish fighting the current. With a hand rod, go for 8 to 12 feet for better control in fast water. Cast gently into the dead spot to avoid splashing. Watch your float closely. If it twitches, wait. When it dips sharply or pulls hard, set the hook lightly to avoid snapping the line. The golden time for bites in fast water is early morning, from 4:30 to 7 a.m., and late afternoon, from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. Low light makes fish feel safer to leave dead spots and hunt. After heavy rain, when currents carry more food, fish go nuts. Check the weather. Cool or overcast days are prime as air pressure changes rev up feeding. For morning trips, arrive early to cast as fish start hunting. In the evening, avoid flashlights to keep fish calm. Tip for timing is watching the current after rain. When water turns muddy and carries insects or debris, fish bite harder. In big rivers, when flows slow slightly after a flood, big fish swarm dead spots. Pair golden hours with dead spots, and you'll see fish hit like crazy, no matter how fast the water. Reading bottom terrain and current patterns doubles your success. Fast water creates unique zones like deep pockets behind rocks, river bends, or eroded banks where currents slow. Probe the bottom with a stick to find holes or obstacles like rocks or logs. If you spot a calm patch or swirl amid the flow, that's a dead spot. Watch how debris like leaves moves cast where it collects, as that's where fish wait. A trick for reading currents is tracking foam or sticks. If they pool in one spot, that's your target. In Missouri's Ozark streams, bends where water swirls are hot spots for bass and walleye. Understanding terrain and flow lets you place bait exactly where fish are waiting. Here's a story to show it works. Jake, a seasoned angler in Tennessee, fished the Clinch River during a high flow period. He spotted a dead spot behind a boulder with swirling foam, tossed chopped shrimp, and cast night crawlers with a 1/4 ounce sinker. His feather float dove after 10 minutes, and with a light hook set, he landed a 6-pound smallmouth bass, his secret. Find a dead spot, use heavy bait, and hit early morning. Fast water doesn't stop big fish. Jake's catch proves the right technique conquers currents. Another tale? Sarah, a beginner in Missouri, fished a fast stream after a storm. She found a calm pocket near an eroded bank, scattered chicken liver, and cast worms with a stationary float. In 15 minutes, her float vanished and she reeled in a 4-pound channel cat. Sarah said, "Fast water scared me, but dead spots and heavy bait made it easy." Her story shows anyone can master fast water. To fish fast water like a pro, prep smart. Scout for swirls or calm patches. Pack heavy bait forms, shrimp or liver kept fresh in a cooler. Use a sensitive rod, strong line, and stationary float, checking your line for wear. Cast into dead spots, stay quiet, and wait for bites. If no action in 15 minutes, chum again, or try another spot, just for conditions to level up. Mornings, fish hug dead spots, so cast close to obstacles. Evenings, they may drift to the current's edge. In raging flows, use a heavier sinker but keep the drift natural. After rain, target fresh, muddy water. These tweaks make fast water a goldmine, whether in a southern river or a Midwest stream. New to fishing, fast water is a great place to learn. Try a small stream after rain, using a cheap rod, stationary float, and worms. Log where bites come like bass behind rocks. Don't stress if bait drifts, adjust your sinker. Fast water. Fishing builds observation and timing, setting you up for big catches. To boost success, practice casting accurately and watching your float. Spend trips targeting dead spots, timing light hook sets. With homemade baits, ensure a strong smell. In busy spots, pick a quiet corner to keep fish calm. These details turn fast water into your trophy zone. Fishing in fast-flowing water is about syncing with nature to outsmart fish. The thrill of a float diving in a rushing current is pure adrenaline. Whether you're a rookie or a veteran, these tricks will make you a fast water master. Hit the river and watch your catches stack up. That's it, folks. You've covered fishing in fast-flowing water, finding dead spots, using heavy natural baits, bottom sinkers, stationary floats, strong lines, smart casting, golden hours, and reading terrain. I hope you're stoked to try this out. To smash that like, share with your fishing crew, and subscribe to Fishing 24 Hours for more killer tips. Got a fast water story? Drop it in the comments. I'm all ears. It's tight lines and big catches. See you next time.